podcast, and we are live. So, nope. I need to mute that. Okay. Discord. Discord. I love that song. Discord's such a good song. Let's go to announcements for everyone. Okay. Now we go to Instagram, so I can send it to those people. Alright, now I just need to send it on Snapchat. Okay. And let's see. Waiting for Anna. I mean, not Anna. Um, Abby. I wanted to do a special CG in remembrance of our best two characters, Ashley and Pandora. We were robbed. We were robbed. I repeat, we were robbed. But it's fine. It's actually not fine. It's actually a travesty, but um, I need to link that. Okay. Is Abby here yet? So we can start. Abby, where are you? I have to at her on Discord. Thing I do when I need her to. Oh, wait. I'll join in a sec, just finishing up things. Okay. Here comes the money. Money, money, money. No, okay, but like, I don't know what it is with danganronpa Lapse and its obsession with making me want to cry, but this game's vile. Okay, like, I love this game, but Jesus, does it make me want to sob. Um, YouTube Studio, just in case if we decide to go further. Then the victim. Review, getting people. Let's go! Okay, we got Abby. We got Abby. Okay, now I did a moment so we could commemorate our fallen soldiers. The Queen's Pandora. Oh, that was a little loud. Okay, is this a good audio? Oh, there's two. That's why. That's part of the issue. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. There we go. Off center again. Okay, audio's good. Can you hear the game? Also, my dinner tonight. So, for some reason, it is a trending thing that whenever I do a live stream, I have the food. So, my food today for y'all, BLTs on whole wheat toast. Mwah. So yeah, that's gonna be my food for the stream. We're on chapter 3. We have one chapter after this. We're on like the second last chapter. That's crazy. Dot dot dot. I slowly drew my eye. I mean, drew open my eyes. My chest felt tight. That was just crust. Oh wait, I have Mountain Dew. Let me get my bottle of Mountain Dew. You're so real for that. Popcorn's so good. Also, my pillow to sit on. Obviously. No, I don't want this game to end either, but like it's almost done. Okay. I slowly drew my eyes. Drew open my eyes. My chest felt tight, as it normally does. I inhaled deeply and exhaled heavily, as if to expel my body of all the wound up fear that stirred inside. It didn't help much. My body felt leaden and my heart hollow. Rising from my bed, I shook the remnants of trying to sleep away. I looked at my surroundings and noticed I had thrown the covers of my pillows, covers and pillows on the floor. They're on the floor, you say? What's this? What's all this? It looks like they're on the bed to me. What do you want? I'm live.
What?
What do you want? I'm live.
On what?
YouTube.
Oh.
I've been doing a Let's Play series of a fan-made danganronpa game, and I'm on, like, the second last chapter.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm getting another call. Hello?
What's the name to your YouTube account again?
I'll text it to you.
Okay. You still streaming?
Yeah, I just started streaming.
Awesome sauce.
Just press the link in the chat.
Oh yeah, I tried doing that. I tried logging into account so I could watch it and like your comment. like and comment your videos, but then I used the wrong account, so the government's cool. It got age restricted. But
Here,
I'm using it.
I just texted it to you. So, congratulations, your voice just made my stream because I'm in the middle of live.
All right, bye.
Bye. Yeah,
Okay.
says you. Anyway, I love how I just got like two. Hello, mystery person. Hello, mystery. I'm dead. I should probably call Jordan back. 1 second. Say hi to my live. Hi. Well, you couldn't. I couldn't, but I decided I would call you back quickly. Watch my live. I'm going home. I am listening to music. Oh, well, watch it when you get home. So in like 3 hours, cool. Well, okay, I have it all like on a playlist, all the lives that I've done for this playthrough. You should watch it. This game has made me want to cry like 6 times. It's great. Halo Reach. Reach is peak better. Okay, this is a really good written fan game, okay? Like, this is, like, really good. I have felt all the feels for these characters. Um, I've simped, I have cried, I've shipped. Nah, Reach is too. Reach is way better. I'm desensitized. I'm sorry, but you cannot top Pandora. Anyways, I have to go back to my live now. Reach can. No, Pandora's better. No, and Cyrus. Cyrus can kidnap me any day. Nah, Reach is like the trash game. Anyways. 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 Oh, I have a more solid dates on everything, so I'll text you them in a bit. Okay. When are you gonna be streaming? I don't know. It depends on how far if we So, okay, we might just do right up to, until the BDA, or we might play the body discovery announcement when we first find the dead character, or we might play the entire chapter. So, from 1 to 3 hours. Okay. I'll call you when I'm done. Maybe. Okay. Alright, bye. Bye. It's Benji! Okay. Now, back to the game. Because that has, yeah, that's been a thing. We have not gone very far. Okay. I'm getting to it. Looking at my surroundings, I noticed I had thrown the covers and pillows on the floor. Yeah, they are not on the floor. Good thing. It was strange. I'd fallen asleep, but I saw no dreams or nightmares. My subconscious felt suspense in a null zone. What does Corey want? What you doing? Streaming. Why is it all of a sudden when I start streaming, that's when everybody wants me? By the clock, it's 4:15 a.m. or p.m. I rubbed the exhaustion from my eyes. Feeling numb and listless, I dragged my heavy body out of the bed and shuffled towards the door, but I didn't know where to go. That's not true, I mumbled to myself. There was one place I could think of. Where are we going? Oh no. Oh no. Abby, you can explain the game. Oh, it's Laylee! It's our twink! Hey! I stepped out of my personal room and saw Laylee down the opposite hall. He just scowled and stomped off. Oh, I went on my way. Oh, Laylee's not happy with it. You know what? That makes sense after last chapter. We tried getting everybody killed. Kind of forgot about that. Where are we going? I walked through the living quarters and through the foyer and up the stairs to the second floor. Sniff. I saw Say standing in front of the spa lounge, weeping gently. See? Are you okay? Oh, caught off guard, Say waved her eyes. Stop the cinnamon roll. We still have one cinnamon roll left, guys. We have one cinnamon roll left. Protect Say at all costs. I swear to God, if we lose Say or Missy, I'm going to cry. We cannot afford any more girl bosses going. I approached Say from the staircase. Something gleamed in her hands. It looked like a closed pocket watch. She started she stared a burning hole in the door, rolling the small object between her fingers. After a moment, she managed to croak out a small, stiff response. This is how it's supposed to happen, isn't it? What do you mean? We can't do anything. Oh God, no! No, no, death flags, death flags. Um, the death flags. We're getting death flags! No! 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 God fucking damn it, Say. I need a bite of my sandwich. No matter how hard we try, it'll still end up like this. No matter what, I mean, nowhere to go before I came here, but now what do I do? She was visibly shaking. No! It was horrible seeing her like this. Okay. Well, there are two paths that we can take. So I'm gonna save right here. I'm gonna... Okay. We're gonna console her. I couldn't say for certain what exactly she was going through. I don't know what to do either. Okay. No, wait, I didn't want to do that! Damn it! I wanted to console her! How do I go back? I can't go back! God damn it! I don't know what to do either. So I left Say alone. What? You're a horrible friend. We should have consoled her! No! No! Take me back! No! I can't go back, guys! I can't go back! I wonder if I just... Controls... About... Roster... Cyrus! Okay. Is there a way for me to go back? Oh, guys, this is so sad. Okay, the stream is definitely not the quality of my other ones. I was trying to figure out how we could go back and console her, but I don't think that's an option. Passing through the auditorium, I spotted Fort gazing at the delicate globe centerpiece. He seemed to be humming to himself, but stopped when I approached. Evening, Echo. Hello, did I interrupt you? No. It's a melancholic tune. I would really rather not bother you further with it. Oh. It's bitter, unfortunate situation we found ourselves in, isn't it? Despite the heavy words, his face read differently. His shoulders remained relaxed as he looked up at the past. I looked up past the globe at the dark, cool sky. He seemed calm somehow. Tell me, Echo, how are you? Are you alright? No, no, I'm not. No, no, I'm hurt. If I said that he was like they were alright, yeah, no, that would be a blatant lie. The killing game and the trials that follow. No, this whole game, it's horrible. I hate it. We're losing people, friends we've just met, and friends we've known. I feel like there's no end in sight. Oh god, he misses that. He misses his sister. Well, not his sister. But I refuse to ship them because Pandora and Ashley all the way. It's perfectly normal to feel devastated as we find ourselves cautiously navigating the life or death situations. This game has instigated those with spirit inflicted with distress and grief to ends unmentionable and trials heartbreaking. Yes, my soul is stirring. But my experience on stage, those sort of feelings never last so long. We move people to tears with our performance about tragedy, love, and loss. Is this bitch really comparing death to, like, opera? Girl, you're done. Yet the audience knows the performance will end and thus they'll move on with their lives. I can't help but wonder when, how much longer, until the curtains close on this story. One chapter to be exact. This is the second last chapter. Forgive me for bending your ears. Bleh. Forgive me for bending your ears with my thoughts. I'll let you be on your way. No, that's okay. It's comforting to know that I'm not alone in feeling afraid. That's what you got from that? Indeed, we are never truly alone. I stood in a moment of silence as Fort sang his words with clarity. Wait, there's music to this. Cyrus is the ultimate hot man. I made my way through the auditorium and up the stairs, arriving on the third floor. I spotted Misty at a marble table in the center of the third floor. She was contemplating something. Girl boss, let's go! She's gonna pop and lock her or what? She's gonna pop and lock her way out of this. Missy? Oh, Echo. Excuse me, I haven't noticed you. As you should, Queen. Misty looked unsettled. She might have been put off from what I did earlier. I closed the distance between us. What's that? This is... She moved to reveal a small decorated box. I'm sorry, she has a dagger now? Oh god. Oh boy. Lovely. 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 Great. Okay. We all know how well showing people worked for us last time, okay? Why? Who? Okay. My revolver and dagger. The two weapons shone dully in the dim of light in the hallway. I discovered the dagger when Cyrus allowed me to explore the room of my associate. Needless to say, I didn't wish to take it with me, but here it is again, as if it were following me. And the gun? Cleaned and posed for posed for reuse. It looks like it was the only thing to emerge from the wreckage of the smoke lounge. I see. The dangerous tools needed to continue the game were returned to the players. I stared at the weapons in her hands. I wanted more than anything to tear them out of her hands and I didn't even know what I would do with them do if I had them. No, real. Stop letting Missy have weapons. I suppose it's inescapable. Missy snapped me out of my thoughts. Where there is love, where there is love, grief will be following close behind. Missy seemed to harbor great concern for whoever this dagger belonged to. Can I ask, who was this person? Missy hesitated. A former Oh my god, we're getting a lordum. Please be a girl. Please be a girl. Please. I was wrong about her being asexual, but please be a girl. A former love. I was right! Oh my god! Lesbian! Lesbian! Let's go, lesbians! Let's go! Let's go, lesbians! Let's go! We have a lesbian! I don't think I need to tell you how important, no, precious she was. So much that I foolishly endangered everyone. It's okay, girlie, we get it. Lesbians come first. She's a lesbian! We fuck with lesbian Missy. The traces and signs of our friends, they've been placed to provoke us. The stagger is an analogous to seeing Sylvia's helmet. They are items of close regard, and to see them away from their respective owners is distressing. I've held this information because if everyone realized the truth of these items right away, it would all become distraught in loss of our bearings in the midst of saving ourselves. But I just don't know anymore. I thought I knew what I was doing, but nothing makes sense. The more time we spend here, the less I know. Morbid curiosity, the desire to dwell further and further into a dark well for a pinch of hope, is driving me to no satisfying end. And now I'm making you suffer my consequences. Missy. Another heavy sigh escaped her lips. I never felt so aimless. It's okay, Missy. It's okay. We forgive you. We forgive you. We forgive you. I don't support the death of another lesbian, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Echo. I don't expect forgiveness for what. I don't expect forgiveness from you for what I said. Simply put, the introduction of a weapon to the fray, which eventually caused Ashley's downfall. No, no, no. Here we go. I don't want flashbacks. Please, no flashbacks. Okay, do we forgive her or do we blame her? We're forgiving her. We have to forgive a lesbian. I understood why she did what she did, leaving the person out of the show of belief. That would be bleh. I understood in theory, but Missy, you don't need to indulge me. Missy looked at me with earnest eyes. It's easy to want to connect with those damning things together, to find within tragedy, but it's merely not healthy. The truth of the bigger picture is Ashley meant to protect the one she cared about, and she wanted to remove a threat from our game. Having faith that we remaining students won't do harm to each other after the fact. Despite that, regardless of the risk she took, we're still here participating in this seemingly endless game. Okay, I love that it was like it's seemingly endless, but like this game like only lasts 7 days, right? And we're on day like we're in the night of day 4. Day 5 will be as soon as like the nighttime's over. Like it's not as bad as they're making it out to be. Our predicament doesn't appear so black and white, does it? Or I'm sorry, I can't seem to form my thoughts. Missy, Missy's composure was fractured. She was shuddering the the insurmountable weight of guilt. She didn't know what to say. I seem to come up to here for the same reason as I. I'm sorry for taking so much of your time. I'll leave you be. And thank you for trusting me during the trial. I regret having to put you through all that. Honestly, okay, I low-key ship Echo and Missy. I ship Misco. Miko? Essie? No. M Miko. I ship Miko. I nodded almost invisibly as Missy made her exit down the stairs. I realized Missy was right. The situation was too complicated to make strict judgment on what was just or unjust. At the end of the day, someone was in pain. Why should I perpetuate it by being so callous to them? I sighed. Arriving where my subconscious had urged me, I stood still. I stood in the casino, feeling phantom traces of what happened just hours ago aspirate my bones. My mind wishfully wandered back to the time before this terrible game, a peaceful time before the despair. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Here we go. It was just the other night. Ashley and I were talking about nothing in particular, but we knew our time together would come to an end. The on-season was coming to a close, just a few more months for our new phases of life to rise from the horizon. We were relishing the bright, warm sun of the present before it set into the peerless night. Sitting comfortable, familiar silence, we enjoyed each other's company. No! Stop! Stop playing with my heart! No! This is not okay! This is not okay, guys. Have you decided where you want to go? No, not yet. I was thinking about taking a gap year to travel. Traveling sounds like a dream, seeing different people and expanding your worldview. Yeah, but then I'd have to worry about my finances if I'm on the road often. Don't fret. There's always other options. Maybe you could travel locally. There could be interesting sites in the city that you never knew about. Heh, that's a good idea. I never really thought about that since I just walk everywhere in the city. What about you? Any interesting prospects? Well, Papa wants me to help on the ranch a little more. The new season's coming up, and we're expecting some competitors to stop by. Oh yeah, the races. You get pretty busy during those weeks, right? It's hectic, but it's fun. I don't mind helping. In fact, I was still unsure about what I was going to do after out of school anyway, so this gives me more time to think, and some more time with, Hyperion. I'm sure he would miss you if you left. Of course, I'd miss him too. We laughed lately. I don't think you have to worry too much. If anything, you have your future at the ranch with your father. It's a good fallback, just in case anything were to happen, right? Yeah, a good fallback. A pondering silence drifted. I think you should travel, though. It'd be wonderful to hear all about your journey. Nothing's really keeping you down, no? Not really, but the idea is a little daunting. Learning new languages to get around, not to mention finding money to do so, it's a little risky. And we're probably not going to have many chances to see each other. There's always a million reasons not to do something. Ah, yeah. Besides, if you ever get tired of traveling, I'll always be here. This is not okay! Y'all are... Oh my god. Okay, so... With Echo being non-binary, I'm kind of open to shipping them with Ashley a bit, but I'm like, I don't know. I kind of ship Echo and Ashley, but I also ship Ashley and Pandora, and I ship Echo with Missy. So you know what? The four of them are just a sapphic relationship. They're just a sapphic relationship. Just don't forget about me, okay? Stop me! Y'all cannot be playing with my heart like this. She flashed that warm, comforting smile of hers. Don't forget. I felt my heart swell. God, no! No! Oh god, y'all. This game. Like, okay. I okay. Like, I love Danganronpa and other, Super Danganronpa and other 2, the actual Danganronpa games. They never made me feel like this, okay? Like, V3, while it does touch upon grief, it does not play with your hearts like this. And I think that's the beauty of having a smaller cast is that, like, it will play at your heartstrings. Oh my god, like, this game's a mind game. I returned to the first floor after some time. Passing through the foyer, I saw Missy and Fort having dinner in the dining hall. Hello again, Echo. Are you well? Yeah, I think I'll be okay. Missy, I'm sorry if I was unresponsive earlier. I just need some time to sort out my thoughts. I understand, we're all going through a lot right now. Yeah. Even though we shared a mutual sentiment, our eyes never met during the exchange. Fort broke the silence. Echo, would you join us for dinner? It's been a trying day. You ought to take a moment to unwind. No thank you. I had so many things on my mind, and no appetite to feed the thoughts. Will you be alright? Yeah, I just have a lot to think about. Well, don't push yourself too hard, and don't be a stranger if you do end up wanting to join us. Sure thing, thanks. I left Missy and Fort to their mind in peace. I really like the smaller cast concept. I wandered to the middle of the main foyer and paused. Something was bothering me. One concern I had involved someone I hadn't seen all evening. Yeah, we need to visit Cannon. Visit Cannon! I figured since I didn't run into her in the auditorium and anywhere along the way, Cannon must have been in her room. I went to the living quarters hall and knocked on the door engraved with her school symbol. Cannon, are you there? I just wanted to apologize. There's no response. I knocked once more for good measure. Silence again. It is now 9 p.m. Nighttime will begin at 10 p.m. Facilities will close at 7 a.m. in the morning. Wait. Even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. If she was in her room, she didn't want to be disturbed. There wasn't much I could do. I slowly shuffled off. Okay, so here are my survivor predictions. I feel like Laylee and Fort are most likely going to die this chapter. And like Laylee, Fort, and Say, I feel like are our potential death characters. And I feel like Missy, Cannon, Say, potentially, and Echo are going to be our survivors. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. I couldn't help but feel guilty for denying Cannon's help, despite her tired security. I wonder if I can get the photo pieces back from Missy. But nighttime might come before I knew it. I would have to ask Missy about the torn photograph tomorrow. I returned to my personal room and sat on the bedside. I felt sick and shattered. We passed the first half of the so-called game and lost 4 of the 10 students in our group. Oh shit, we're down to 6 characters left. Yeah, like, I feel like we're gonna lose. I don't know. I feel this could be a double death, or we can have a regular 2 deaths. I don't know how the 4th chapter is gonna play. Shit, I don't know. A few more days on the horizon, I feared for what would become of our already sparse now community. I settled into bed and closed my heavy eyes. My thoughts were entangled in questions after haunting questions and were. I mean, the words, sights, and memories blurred together with no answer on the horizon. I let go. I let go. I let go. Because I am a sapphic lesbian. I let go. I let go. Because I loved Ashley. But Missy is in my heart still. And my poly relation with Ashley, Pandora, and Missy. No, for real. I'm also see. Okay, I could lose Fort and Laylee. Okay, I could afford to lose one of them. Um, my ideal survivors for this game would be Missy, Echo, Pandora, Cyrus. Thank you, thank you. You know what? Somebody needs to like make an edit. I know I'm not big like Weeby, but like somebody needs to make an edit of Missy popping and locking like Ray Makaru to like boss bitch because yeah, we need that. We need that in our lives. And then like the characters going to Mexico because they're not dead. They're in Mexico. They're in Mexico. Images unwound and spilled into the night. Sleep wound eclipsed my mind as another night passed away. It's our main character, guys! Oh wait, you did? I Oh no, we're losing a character in this. Broken glass. And the flower. I feel like we're losing Fort. Irk. Something ached. Ugh. I felt my stomach turn over. Hungry. Oh, who's texting me? Wait, you did? Hey, somebody needs to reanimate it, but with Missy. Also, I don't know if Ben's still watching this, but shout out to Ben for showing up. Just a moment. Hello?
You're still streaming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cause I'm on your stream. Wait, did you stop or did actually no? I'm on a different console.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm on the same I'm still streaming. We're like like 1/4 into the chapter.
Okay. So I'm watching. I just turned on the stream right now, and I'm watching you call me. Two things. Oh, I've got two things to tell you in the chat. All right.
Okay.
Number. No offense. Wasn't interested in when you're putting green, so I just left. Not that I didn't like watching it, except it's right. Second, your bed's filthy. And finally, number three. Wait, where? Finally, number three. I made a video.
Uh-huh.
It's about Dr. Mari Nintendo 64. I just posted it today. Tell everyone in your chat to go watch it after the stream.
Watch the child's video after the stream.
Alright, also, I forgot to put in a name for the video, so it's just the date of today.
Okay.
And the time. Alright, but,
Well, if you come back to the stream, like, stuff is actually happening now in the story. So,
what else?
okay, so it was literally explained in chat. Abby explained everything in chat.
All you see is I love Fortnite, my heart health, no flashbacks, bisexual Missy, no Missy, forgive her. What the heck?
Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up to.
She was
So,
okay, yeah.
yeah, that will explain the game. Now, can I go back to the stream?
One more thing.
Uh-huh.
When we do the cooking thing on Sunday, should we stream that? Because I think we should. That'd be really funny.
Maybe.
Alright, alright. I want to tell you something before I go. You're gay.
Wow, no shit, Sherlock. Well, guys, apparently I'm gay. Oh my god, it's Jersey! It's my bestie. Okay, anyways, I slipped out of bed and went into the sink, splashing another fitful night's sleep from my eyes in the crisp water. Alert from the chill. We got properly dressed and was I was disturbing it was disturbing how quickly I acclimated to the morning routine. Oh, 7 a.m. I was awake an entire half hour before the present alarm went off. Grumbling at the um habitual awakening, I sulked out of my personal room to grab a bite from the dining hall. Who are we going to run into this time? Or maybe we'll be alone. The halls were quiet, nothing but my soft footsteps upon the carpet kept me company. Oh, we're alone. Um I crossed the dimly lit foyer and sat myself down at the end of the dining table. I laid my eyes directly on the biscuit of pastry still sat in the corner of the table. No! Stop! Stop playing at my heartstrings! Pandora! Two pastries remained, a lemon square and some kind of Danish with jam. I helped myself to the lemon square The delectable bite of sweet and sour zest filling me with a flavor vigor. Stop! 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 It's not okay! It's not okay! As much as I enjoyed the pastry, I couldn't help but remember the melancholic feeling of Pandora's life being cut short. For those who don't know who Pandora is, let me just... This was Pandora. I love her, okay? And then this is Ashley. No, I'm... Oh, that is so sad. We were robbed of Pandora surviving. Hello? I finished the lemon square. Oh, my mouse does not want a mouse today. There we go. I finished the lemon square off, leaving the jam, Danish, and the biscuit by its lonesome. I placed the snack in a folded napkin and snuck it into my pocket. Maybe I can give it to Cannon. It's not much, but I didn't really know what I was going to do with it. Give it as a peace offering? I don't think she would accept it as a peace offering per se, but it'd be a shame to waste it. I tried to recall whether or not Cannon had ever tried one of Pandora's pastries. Think you're doing. My thoughts were interrupted by a sharp explanation. Oh no. Oh god, here we go! Here we go. Yeah, so Pandora died in chapter 1. She was killed by Art. She was killed by... Where's Art? By this trans man. Just like swimming in road trips. Dislikes cheese. Wait, she dislikes cheese? Damn. Dislikes being rushed lemonade. Humid weather, dust. Mud, wild berries. Castles, parties. Candy, seashell. I don't know if I can support you, Cyrus. Watching sports, declamations. I agree. Sports. Missy dislikes trains, but I can agree with the needles. Dislikes overthinking, thinking in plastic. That is so real. Okay. I rushed out to the dining hall and saw Laylee and Cannon arguing in the connecting hall between the foyer and the living quarters. Say was standing beside Laylee once more, watching the scene unfold. Cannon, you're always running away and hiding, aren't you? Shut up! You think I'm going to run headfirst into danger? I'm not going to be an idiot like you and Echo, getting myself hurt for no reason. Tick. Ah! Laylee seized Cannon's camera from her wrist. Hey, hands off! I've had it with you and your secrets. I'll break this thing for good if you don't tell me what you're hiding. No, don't, please. What's going on? Yeah, stop being problematic, Laylee. God damn. I can't support your twinkie ass. I started to intervene, but Fort stepped in from within the living quarters. Approaching from down the hall behind Laylee, Fort plucked the camera out of his grasp with ease. You're an awfully... Oh, you're all awfully lively at such now. Why did that get me? Oh, I'm dead. Fort returned to the camera and returned the camera to Cannon as Misty approaches from the opposite side of the living quarters. Laylee and Cannon stepped back a few paces from each other, his space now singularly occupied by their glares. Can wrapped the strap around her waist and gripped the camera tightly. Good morning, everyone! Yes, good morning to you all, although I would hardly call shouting and threatening others productive way to start. I mean, calling others a productive way to start the day. What's the commotion this time? She's so real for that. Yeah, morning. I'm not entirely sure. I woke up early, so I went to the dining hall to help myself to breakfast when I heard Laylee and Cannon arguing about something. Why are you up so early anyways, Laylee? I've been having trouble. I haven't been able to sleep well, if you really must know. Laylee trailed off, his gaze was tense. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Anyways, I was awake, because I was restless, but Cannon here was sneaking around my room, looking for dirt, no doubt. That's a damn lie. Is that so? Explain this. Laylee produces a photograph of what looks to be a checkered pattern. Oh my god, it's Kokichi! Kokichi has come back from the hydraulic press to grace us with his presence, obviously. What is this? Indeed, what are you showing us? It's a chessboard. I have a chessboard in my personal room, and the only way Cannon would have taken a picture of it was if she trespassed and entered my room. You're the worst. You were blatantly walking around with the with the thing tucked under your arm in the early hours of the morning. I didn't sneak anywhere, much less your personal room. I just happened to be around the corner when I saw the strange thing. So you meant that you were hiding. Tisk. Just a minute. What's this about a chessboard? It's none of your business. I brought it out to discuss it with Say, no one else. Missy sighed. Don't be absurd. The existence of such a thing has been brought to everyone's attention thanks to your commotion. There's no use keeping it a secret now, Laylee. Fine. Laylee leaves the group and retrieves the item in question from his personal room. The rest of us gathered in the dining hall in anticipation. I have a feeling... Okay, and this is just me, but I have a feeling this is going to be about another dead student. Just a random dead student number 3, guys. That, we know nothing about. Maybe it's Laylee's ex-boyfriends or something. After a moment, Laylee returns, presenting the lacquered wooden chessboard. Care to elaborate? What seems to be the issue here? It's not strictly a chessboard, per se. It doesn't come with pieces to play with, and there's no, markings on the 2 opposite corners. But from those differences alone, I know what the real purpose is. It's the multi-layered chessboard problem. If I recall correctly, that's type of a tiling puzzle, no? Yes, the problem is as so. Suppose an 8x8 chessboard has 2 diagonally opposite corners removed, leaving it 2 squares. It's possible to place 31 2x1 dominoes in a way along the ranks of the files that all squares are covered. For the numbers alone, you think it mathematically possible after all. 31 is easily half of 62. However, the problem is impossible to complete. By removing the 2 diagonally opposite corners, you're taking out 2 either black or white squares. Whichever is removed, there are only 2 with the real estate of 32 on one type of square and 30 on the other. That is an issue, since the dominoes will always cover 1 black and 1 white. If the remaining squares are uneven like that, we'll be left with 1 domino and 2 uncovered squares. Where is this getting at? At the end of the day, puzzles are like this are pointless. They're not they're not problems. They're hoaxes meant to frustrate. In that case, do you believe you're expected to solve it, given you're the ultimate puzzle master? I doubt it. I came with another instruction of dominoes. It was neither instruction or dominoes. It's just the board itself, with the two corners marked on it. With the two corners marked, was in my room. Even if it was given to me to solve, whoever gave it to me must know that I would see through the problem uh, straight, straight toward the impossible nature of it, anyways. So Laley had this complicated thing in his room as well. Huh, hang on. The moment felt oddly familiar, hearing someone had a strange thing in their room. I wonder if it was simply a coincidence or... Hey, Fort, can I ask you something? What is it? When I was shocked on the first day... Oh, we're gonna find out about that, sheet music. You took me to your personal room to keep an eye on me. Oh wait, I haven't locked my door. One sec. Door is locked now. I remember you had sheet music. What was it of? Oh, that. The sheets were actually select parts of a libretto for an opera I have some disdain for. Oh? Indeed. The story of a man that, despite his success, makes a deal with the dark spirits to get what he truly wants. I don't care much for the moral of it. I see. His choice of words were rather nonplussed, but the brow furrowed deeply at the mention of his opera. Could these things be indicative of something more? In their respective rooms, Laley had a frustrating puzzle and Fort had sheet music that turned out to be for a story he doesn't quite like. Interesting, I wonder then if the revolver in my room was presented in a similar fashion, to test myself with a precarious game within a game itself. What could that mean? Don't you think it has something to do with your talent as well? Perhaps, but conversely, there is discrepancy among the items. Ashley's room item had nothing to do with her talent. Yeah, Ashley received her friend Sylvia's helmet in a way it could have been read as a gift at first thought, but given their history, it might have just been a jab at the fight that occurred between them. I can summarize what sort of gift. And I can surmise what sort of gift was was given for camera. I haven't made any effort to hide it, but yes, I have rather mixed feelings about this. No elaborating any further, Cannon scowls as she stares at the device. Say, did you happen to awaken in your room with the strange item? Yeah, I did. Would you mind sharing it with us? I wonder if it's also something talent related. Uh, Say momentarily withdrew to her room to retrieve her item. Say is so pretty. I love Say. Here. Girl, what? She produced a yellow skull and bones statuette. What on earth? Is that real? It couldn't be real. The shape is much too stylistic to resemble anything realistic. Oh, I guess you're right. Still, such a depiction of a skull, fake or not, sent chills up my spine. What kind of thing is too? This kind. This thing is kind of heavy too. When I woke up, it was sitting on the cabinet at the foot of my bed, staring at me. It was like it was telling me something bad would happen. It's horrible. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just hid it in one of my cabinet drawers. Say's item doesn't seem to have any upward appearance or being related to her talent, however. The skull and bone planted in a game centered around murder, I get the impression that it was likely given deliberately. Yeah, it can't be coincidence, huh? So Ashley wasn't the only one that had something out of place in her room. When she woke up, it seemed nearly everyone had something unusual in their room. Wait, all these strange things have something in common. They are all... Maybe... No. They're all associated with rats? I think all these room gifts, it seems like they are meant to unsettle you in some way. Interesting. And it was quite disturbing to receive a revolver of all things, before the events of a killing game being revealed to us no less. Missy, what about the item you had last? You said it was, angleless to Sylvia's helmet. Night, Jersey, love you! Correct, it had painted past. The owner was to kill herself with it before betraying her family's wishes. What a lonesome request. So, instead of her following her family's blindsided desire, she took the dagger and nothing else as she fled from home. Missy withdrew the dagger from her possession and turned it over in her hands carefully. Stop showing people your weapons, Missy! God. She had a forlorn look in her eyes as she stared at it. No way! There's no way I'm letting Missy... no way I'm letting Missy allow another weapon to fall into the wrong hands. Laylee sped in to take the dagger from Missy, but Fort held him back with a firm grip. Why are you stopping me? I'm trying to prevent more destruction. Missy's weapons are going to do more harm than good. You can't, you can say, and can you say with confidence you won't let the weapon fall into wrong hands as well? Whoever fights monsters should see it to that, and should see it that they do not become a monster in the process. Laylee, I think you would do well to follow those words of insight, given your reactions to the events. It's not that I don't have faith in you to solve the workings of our situation, but I don't want you to turn against us just for the sake of an answer. I'm not turning against you. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this forsaken game we're in. Ugh. Laylee hurled the chessboard across the table, splintering the wood into several pieces. Ah! Laylee, violence is not the answer. You have a sharp mind. Don't let rage and confusion blind your judgment. Then tell me, what's the point of these so-called gifts? Missy, you received a gun of all things, and now you've got in your hand. And now you've got your hands on a dagger. Say, it even has a skull and crossbones statue. What could that possibly serve? Not to mention all these awful gifts. This game has been rigged from the beginning to, incite violence and violence only. Laylee, please settle down. We're gathered to talk this out. I understand you're frustrated, but discussion is the best tool to our current disposal. I think that Laylee's giving death flags. If we keep a level head, we're sure to find an answer on the question at hand. We have so many brilliant minds here. Why not do what we can? Laylee huffed. He crossed his arms and paced to the far corner of the dining hall, allowing whoever else to speak. Well, all I can speculate is perhaps signs of distrust were to be planted among us from the start, since these gifts might have had stirred feelings of resentment. If that's the case, what do you think Art's gift was? Maybe it was because of that thing he was the one to act first. It could be possible he walked into the mansion with pre-existing bleak feelings that were only exacerbated further by the situation we found ourselves in. I can only surmise that is plausible route for his motivation. The room felt silent for a moment. Missy and Fort were deep in thought while Say and Cannon were in their usual quiet selves. On the other hand, just allowed the conversation to move on at its own pace. Missy continued, "It's going to be difficult to reflect on the events past, but I believe it will be necessary to progress. I believe we ought to ask the killing. what was the root of each occurrence. Art did it out of protection, didn't he? As I understood, it was done more out of fear. Ashley was afraid too. She was afraid of Echo's safety. But of them, they must have thought of getting rid of the potential mastermind behind. Oh. Both of them must have thought getting rid of the potential mastermind behind her situation would have stopped the game completely. However, there is such a possibility of the mastermind. But is there such a possibility of the mastermind existing within our ranks? No one dared comment on such a thing. Regardless, I do not like this. Splintering the unity of the group with hypotheticals, won't get us very far. Yeah, besides, it would be so cool to want to insert themselves into a game that would put themselves in harm's way. I wonder, who would put themselves in their own killing game? Maybe Utsuro, Mikado Sonoji, Samugi Shirogane, Izuru Kamakura, just to name almost every killing game I played. The idea is disturbingly mascotic. I suppose an amount of faith is required amongst us so we don't shatter what already limited and delicate trust has been built. We got this far, haven't we? The most plausible mastermind would have been Cyrus, but he was ultimately just a pawn in the overall scheme. Actually, I want to see how long is this chapter? Because I didn't check that. Okay, we're already almost done this, so that should be... This plausible mastermind... blah blah. So much for his immunity. Another pause. Misty looked over at Laylee, who continued to sulk. Laylee, have you had a moment to collect yourself? He let out a long sigh. Sure. Then please, your wit and assistance will be prominent to solving our predicament. I haven't doubted your skill for a second, however, I would ask that you cooperate. Misty extended a hand in compromise. Laylee hesitated, but eventually shakes in agreement. Make no mistake, I'm still suspicious of everyone here, Misty especially. Don't think I'll forgive you for the hoops we had to go... don't think I'll forgive you for the hoops we had to go through to figure out what happened to Cyrus. I don't expect you to accept any of my excuses, as long as we're understood to have the same goal, to escape our predicament. Whatever. Let's just get on with the figuring out this damned killing game. If we think about it, the working goal we're supposedly meant to be committing such horrendous acts is to earn something called the ultimate prize. This prize is meant to be received at the end of the 7 days of captivity. In that case, couldn't we just wait until the 7th day? Was pursuing the so-called prize even on anyone's mind this whole time? Considering this, what could possibly be so desirable yet completely unspecified that we are provoked to fight to the death? We ought to solely focus on pursuing escape and resisting any pressure to act on killing. That's the only answer I can foresee. But as we've seen, Zero has displayed a number of things throughout the day to apply stress. Regarding the force motive questions, just the act of choosing whether or not to discuss it already has it has suspicious implications, doesn't it? And it doesn't happen. It didn't happen in Cyrus's case since the killing occurred early in the afternoon. But we didn't do anything like we did on the second day. Something would have been employed later in the day to ensure we'd act. Case in point, the disturbing music. Then indeed, waiting out wasn't going to be an option to begin with. As far as we could tell, nothing made any sense. Tisk. Misty furrowed her brow. It's difficult to make a concrete statement about our situation. The variety of strange things happening doesn't seem to have any rhyme or reason. So, what can we even do? Bing bong. Before anyone could respond, the ringing filled the halls. So, day 5, another wonder. I mean, day 5, another wondrous day within the walls. Today's force motive question is: do you believe in strength in numbers? That's a real head scratcher, huh? Nah, not really. It seems pretty obvious, right? Unless we have any lone wolves out there. The announcement ended so quickly as it came. Huh? That one's kind of vague. It's not vague, it's nothing. Why wouldn't there be strength in numbers? Cannon broke the silence with a snide remark. It was strange coming from her, considering how much she avoided us. I'm inclined to agree with the answer seemed pretty straightforward. I concur, especially since we are finding ourselves in this very scenario where it is beneficial that we are present to discuss this game. Okay, so we'll all agree that that was completely pointless. Back to what we were talking about. What do you think the purpose of the Ultimate Prize and Preservation Project are as a whole? Misty, you said you wanted to invoke yourself within the group. Can't you make heads or tails of this? I've been trying to make sense of this since we arrived. All I can say is perhaps we found ourselves in an elaborate trap. I heard Laley mutter, "That's obvious," under his breath. Missy ignored him. Echo, I believe you may be able to recall what I said about about ultimate students for the first time. Yeah, it was interesting about what you said. With what those individual groups of instu- institutions do with the ultimate students is beyond me. I've not heard many stories of success or failure from anyone who had the luxury of being accepted. Anyway, don't take much stock in the title, is all I'm saying. What do those institutions do with the students? I mean, of course your talent would be highly convicted, but wouldn't the world be seeing constant new developments like biology discoveries and technology? Excellent observation. Why haven't we seen those developments indeed? It's clear that, as ultimate students, we are the crux of of this game's existence. How do you mean? Who or what singularly determined the fact that we are ultimate students? The Preservation Project. And Echo, you didn't seem to have any knowledge of ultimate talent, students, or Preservation Project at all prior to your existence thus so far. Huh? That's true. So I ask, how did you become a participant here? We all had willingly signed up to be brought here. I'm curious whether Echo's presence is a discrepancy we can bet upon. It seems slightly peculiar given the circumstances. That much is clear. In that case, I believe we've been unquietly blessed with the particular of Echo's presence that could shed light on our situation. Missy thought hard. I need more information. I had an idea on where the potential fetch the knowing I seek. Ugh. Say? You know what? The reason for all this, why is it so hard to figure out? It's all meant to be beyond our comprehension and capabilities, isn't it? Why not just go along with the game instead of fighting it? What? What are you saying? Suddenly, a rumbling shook through the halls. It sounded like it was coming from the foyer. We darted out of the dining hall to investigate. No way. The previous impenetrable main force doors opened. We're on day 5. There's still 5 of you. That's impossible. The voice cracked. Test your strength, explore beyond the doors as a group. Split up, do nothing, I don't care. Your strength in numbers. Can you remain as a group in spirit as you wander the mysterious halls? Yes, the doors once thought as your only way out have been thrown ajar. They never really been an exit. You just all assume so. How silly is that? And oh, what's this? Ding. Facing the opposite floors, the elevator indicated lit up, showing a new floor available for us in the courtroom. I'll even let you take a little detour to the courtroom. Find the secrets of the special place if you can bear to face them. Yes, this game will go on regardless how hard you resist. Wahahaha. Everyone was astonished. We were all fixated on the gaping dark hole that lay beyond the previously endangered floor. Zero is challenging us to uncover the secrets of our captivity. So be it. We'll be infiltrating Cyrus's room. He had knowledge of mine and Ashley's connections, so it's likely that he has access to more information. What? The door that mysteriously kept us has opened up. There could be information further in the building too. Laley put out the secret note he's been holding onto since discovering it on the second day. This note has to mean something. It's clear that Zero represents one of the symbols that has shown himself in the courtroom. So the same has to be said about Eve's symbol. Whoever's operating the announcements, Eve or Zero, has to be somewhere beyond the doors. I mean, it would be too obvious for Zero to be hiding in the courtroom. What if it's simply an artificial intelligence behind two personalities? Then what? Searching for something intangible and scripted to run the game won't relieve the overall secrets beyond the walls. Cyrus knew things about the project as a whole. That kind of information can't be denied at a time like this. Laylee, Missy, please. Arguing again isn't going to solve anything. Agreed. I hate to suggest it, but perhaps the opportunity is the force, and perhaps this opportunity is the force mode question presenting itself in a testable way. That's what I was thinking. If we recall day 3, the additional motive of distressing music was implemented at 4 p.m. Ah, we can split up to investigate until 4 p.m., and we can rendezvous and exchange information as a whole, bracing ourselves for whatever Zero has in store for us. In that case, I'll venture into the unknown. If anything goes wrong here, you can all bet it'll be the one to the puzzle of truth in the aftermath. Lily stands squarely before the dim hall of the open doorway. I suppose it's our best option. It's not the wisest thing to do given our already small group, but it would give us an edge in discovering the secrets of our whereabouts. Missy nods and makes her decision to remain within the main wing. There are 6 of us, therefore we ought to divide into groups of 3 so we can all keep an eye on each other in our respective areas. Okay, I need to go to the bathroom. I will be right back. I am back. Just pulling this back up. No, I haven't tried YouTube Premium because I don't want YouTube Premium. Okay. Breaking off into 3 pairs is out of the question. Cannon, you're coming with me. What makes you think I want to go with you? As much as I'd miss your awful company if you didn't come. You won't let go of your camera, and I think it might be just a touch useful going down, okay? Anne rolled her eyes but didn't eject further. I'll join Messi, worry not, I shall not let anything go wrong. Besides, I trust Cannon to keep an eye on things for me. Sure you do. We decided to split between investigating the foyer doors and remaining in the main wing. With myself and Say remaining, I looked at her to see what group she would want to go with. She remained still, but she was waiting for me to make my choice first. Wonder what everyone else was expecting to find out. We're going with Missy. Are you having trouble deciding? A little. I'm mostly worried that something bad might happen. It's perfectly normal to feel fear. It means you're still human. Your senses haven't acclimated to an awful environment. What do you think you'll find? So, wait, is this meant to be, like... Are we meant to be going into, like, the final chapter? Like, what's happening? Is there a death this chapter? Okay, there is a death this chapter. So this is, like, 2 hours long. I was wrong. We have 2 hours. Who can say? I certainly don't know what to expect, but I'll do my best to assist Misty in her endeavors. Oh, I see. I'm not sure what I could do to offer to the investigation half of a memorable experiences to overcome the scheme. Don't fret, if you can't lend a hand, keep in mind the simple impact we have on other people. We're important to each other. Say, do you have a preference? No, I'll go with whoever. I don't care. You pick. Okay. So whichever group I decide to go with, Say will likely join the other. Echo, hurry up, will you? I know, I just need some time to think. You're the worst action, the worst action is inaction. We have to dig up this miserable place's secrets. If Laylee's patience wasn't already paper thin, it just amplified I just amplified a hydraulic press atop it with my indecision. I approached Cannon, wishing to apologize for what happened yesterday. I didn't quite know how to say it, but Cannon didn't lift her eyes to meet me, as I tried to organize my thoughts. Echo, hustle. Please, Echo, this isn't time for essence. Cannon continued to stay silent. Come on, you all, I'm getting very generous right now. I don't want your opportunity to go to waste, do you? Wahaha, a wasting. Zero taunted voice through the halls once more, his laugh crackling through the speakers. This feels like an important choice. Perhaps I should think carefully. Wait, how many chapters is Danganronpa Lapse? How many chapters is Danganronpa Lapse? Eh. Wait, it has 4 chapters. Okay, whatever. I'm not actually sure what's happening, but perhaps I should think carefully. Which side should we go with? I think take your pick, Abby. Which one are we doing? Oh, we have 4 people watching this. Do we join Laylee or do we join Missy? Thank you, Ben, for that amazing photo. Abby, I'm waiting for you to decide. Which path are we taking? You know what, I'm just gonna save game. Yes. I don't know which group we should go with. Oh, fuck it. I'm just gonna go with, we're gonna do both. I'll go with Laylee and Cannon. It was decided. I'll join Laylee and Cannon the floor beyond the doors. So, Say and Missy for on the opposite side of the castle doors. Then that's that. We'll investigate to a false of it and rendezvous here at 4 p.m. Yes, ma'am. They have already begun walking past the door. I actually already regret this decision. Load game. I'd rather go with these two. I'll go with Missy and Fort. It was decided. I'll join Missy and Fort on the opposite side of the center glass table. Say joined Laylee and Cannon near the front doors. Then that's that. We'll investigate to our fullest abilities and rendezvous here before 4 p.m. That alright with you, Laylee? Yes, ma'am. Laylee had already begun walking past the doors before she asked. Cannon silently matched his pace and Say scurried to catch up. As the three faded out of sight, I immediately began to feel uneasy. Is this okay? Splitting up? Come, Neil, Echo. A choice has been made. The general consensus was that we were to split up eventually if we wanted to come the building in a timely manner. Yeah, sorry, I was just a little worried. I couldn't shake the remnant hostility between Laylee and Cannon's argument with this morning. There was a cackle at the static before Zero started speaking again. Hmm? So y'all decided to split up, huh? That's alright. No sweat off my back, figuratively speaking, obviously. Thanks to your fancy bracelets, I can still locate where you are. There's no escaping for you quite yet. Anyway, I have a very special big motive for you all later. But for now, how about some fun little gifts? Not for everyone, mind you. These will be for Cannon and Missy respectively at the nearest kiosk. Grab it, or if you want, or leave it for someone else to stumble upon. I don't care. At this point, whatever you do is meaningless anyways. I wasn't sure if it was just me. I feel like Zero's energy was different. Heh. I'll check back in with you folks later. Enjoy your investigation. The announcement ended. I have no idea what's happening anymore. Mm. Similar to the victim report, the kiosk printed a small sheet, blank face up. What is it? Don't feel any pressure to share if it's unpleasant. To be frank, I'm only expecting unpleasant. Missy tore the sheet from the print feed and flipped it around, as if being beholden to her vexing gift wasn't enough. I have this to remind me of her game's treachery. She showed us the face of the sheet of the photograph of Darling, drenched in blood. A mocking picture of her death. Oh, poor Missy. Her wifey is dead. Imagine Sylvia and Darling are the masterminds. Oh my god, that would be a fucking plot twist. Missy spat the words as Fort and I took a quick look before turning our gazes away from the verdict site. It's truly despicable. Missy stared at it longer before stowing the picture away within her inner coat pocket. We really must get to the bottom of this treachery. I'm revolted by how condensedly this game treats lives. Misty turned down to the living quarters towards Cyrus's room. It didn't occur to me until we arrived at his door that we don't have a way in, do we? What do we mean? Isn't the door locked? Just desperate times call desperate measures, don't you think? Misty withdrew Darling's dagger and swiftly struck the doorknob off. I don't exactly have Cyrus's ID bracelet now, do I? I guess not. I wonder if Abby's still watching this. Missy inspected the bore hole previously occupied by a doorknob and inserted the dagger, pulling the latch away from the jab until the door clicked open. And there we are. Do you think this would be against the rules? It wasn't explicit. It wasn't explicitly stated. However, if it were, I'll deal with the fallout in the courtroom. Missy was presented. She opened the door and marched straight in. Terribly sorry for the intrusion. Fort stepped in and tailed along with him. Cyrus's room. Cyrus's room had little defining features in it, similar to mine, Fort and Ashley's. In design, the only thing setting it apart was the set of the Millennium file folders on the bedside table. Aha! It was only a hunch, but it seemed I was right in presuming Cyrus had information about us. Missy fanned the folders across the bed and began her search. Here, grab a folder and see if you can find anything interesting about our situation. Fort helped himself to a folder and the first few pages before seating himself in a spare chair. Are we looking for anything specific? Anything at all, honestly. The more we know, the better. I picked up a folder at the bottom of the pile, sat cross legs on the floor, and opened the file. I found 4 plans of the building. There are some general blueprints, diagrams, nothing I could really make sense of. Not that they looked much different from the maps displayed on the kiosk. The only thing to note was a sheet that's stained with blood in the corner. Among the blueprints was a small booklet of tile red. Floor plans game L on the inside of the page. 5 floors were listed in the index. Wait, 5 floors? From the top we have Superstructure, Trial Grounds, Infirmary, Living Quarters, Casino, Smoke Lounge, Garage, Art Gallery. Activities, Spa Lounge, Climbing Center, Jazz Club. Living Quarters, Dining Hall, Study Theater. Trophy Room, blank. Blank must be the Mastermind's room! The last 4 listed had 2 sections. One was the trophy room and the other was redacted. So Laylee and Say are probably visiting the trophy room and the floor below us. I started through the booklet and found basic information we had already known. All floors have kiosks to communicate, bracelets are used for identification, active hours are from TIFs, nothing new yet. I flipped through the back looking through the details about the 5th floor. However, when I arrived toward the page, I noticed that they were torn out. Whatever remained of that page stuck out from the binding in a messy tear. I grumbled. Of course, the details of the floor beneath us are conveniently gone. I stared at the back panel and noticed something odd. There seemed to be an imprint of writing pressed into the back panel. It was barely visible, but the right light, I could make it out. 2511110. Oh god, this is 11037 all over again. Maybe Cyrus himself wrote out the numbers on the last page, with a certain amount of pressure, resulting in an almost invisible imprint. These numbers might have been important, seeing as the page before them was torn out. Or they could have been a mistake, and that's why the pages were removed. Have you two anything prevalent to share? I snapped out of my concentration. Oh yeah, I found 4 plans that show the floor below ours. From the looks of it, Laylee, Cannon, and Say went down to the trophy room. A trophy room. That doesn't sound too promising. Well, there seems to be another room, but it's crossed out, so I can't figure out what else is down there. Also, take a look at this. There are some numbers just barely visible here. I showed Missy the impression of numbers on the back panel. What do you suppose these 6 digits could mean? A code, perhaps? I don't recall encountering any sort of code locked door. in our immediate facility. What could that be for? Then it's likely the code that's meant to be used in the area where the three of them went. Right, that said, let's finish our investigation before we visit them. We'll rejoin them when, and we'll see what discoveries they have to report and whether or not the code will be used after all. I nodded and made point to memorize the numbers before settling the booklet aside. Fort, did you find anything of note? I came across our class's dossier, mainly student profiles about each of us. Student profiles? Did you find anything about me? I was wondering why exactly I was involved in this game, since I didn't expectedly have an ultimate talent. Ah, I've exhausted the files on hand, and I didn't see your name anywhere. Oh, I see. I'm terribly sorry. I understand that it's been bothersome to be here as an unexpected, outlier. It's not your fault for it. I guess it's a coincidence. Although I did come across something useful. These student profiles have an immense background. Have immense background details, important figures, significant others, fears, other mercenaries. But other than Cyrus, no one presented as background involvement with the game. So all of us presents are just victims of coincidence. It seems statically improbable given our rare talent um expertise. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the sink and I'm gonna fill up my water bottle so I have something to drink. Okay, I'm back. Soulless presents are just victims of coincidence. It seems drastically improbable given our rare talent expertise. Yes and no. How shall I explain it? To start, as we are aware, the minimum requirement to come here must be an ultimate student that received a letter of recognition from the Preservations Project. Should they have accepted the offer of protection, there's a period of time between sending the letter back and I suppose being whisked away to the secret location. It seems that a period of time there was a sorting method to create the class. Classes were to be composed of pairs of ultimate students. These pairs of ultimate students would have to be two people who were significantly involved with one another. Significantly involved in one way or another. For example, one of the folks we did see from day one, Art and Lily, were apparently considered to be close enough for pairing off. Though it appears this roster would have included a few other students that would have formed pairs but aren't present. I can only assume Cyrus himself crossed out the students that are absent. However, there are two students that aren't crossed off that may require further inspection. Well, it would be best if you saw for yourself. Fort revealed a roster with the student names and talents. Sylvia. Okay, wait. Wait. Zero is a radio host? I was not expecting that. Whoa. There are 15 profiles shown on the roster. One next to Cyrus was clipped out, and 5 were crossed out with the dark ink, bringing a total of students visible to of us 11. However, I wasn't on the roster, so I shouldn't have been brought to the number down to 9 since I was excluded. Peculiar. As you know, there are 2 extra students we have yet to encounter. Yes, they're listed as being associated with Say and Pandora from the looks of it. Does that mean they're also ultimate students? That is indeed the case. This is the ultimate radio host and the ultimate cartographer. choreographer, Akihiko Quez, Aki, Akihiko Quez, and Gay Espray, respectively. Gaia Espray. Let's have a closer look at those two students. Macy hastily moved aside the folder strewn across the bed and placed the student profiles of those two students. Akio Kweze looked like Zero. His clothing and hair were different colors, but his actual features were the same. And Gaia Expert looked awfully familiar to Pandora. Even more damning were the school symbols depicted along their profile pictures. Well, one thing for certain, it's clear to us now that Zero's true identity is Akio Quatz. And we conclusively put a face to the second mysterious announcer named Eve. Oh my god! Oh my god. I was not expecting that. Nope. Not at all. The fuck? Sorry. Okay. Weird things are happening today. And we can conclude blah 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 blah. It seems Pandora must have known more than she was letting on, seeing as the true identity of Eve appears to be her very own sibling. That said, seeing as the student associated has been revealed, it can only mean that Sei, knowing Akio, has some sort of further involvement with this game. There's no doubt Sei must be the mole we are seeking. I fucking knew it! My head was spinning. We're being fooled from the start. Two people on the inside were connected to the two entities administrating this game. Shouldn't we confront Sei now that we know she might be up to something? And do so could prove dangerous. I would like to watch her movements to see what she's thinking. As far as she's aware, she doesn't know we're onto her. It's difficult to determine what is going on inside. I mean, in her mind, she speaks so little. Then I think we should check out Pandora's room. She might have something hidden in there since she's part of this. Excellent idea. I'd like to look over the rest of the files if you don't mind. I'll go with you, Echo. I'm curious to know what Art's noble gift was, if you would like to make a detour. I noted and approached the exit. Oh, just a minute. Okay. Um, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Um, something just came up, but I will finish streaming tomorrow. Um, so let me just fix the title. Ed Chapter 3 Aftermath. Save. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm gonna quickly just save that. I, yeah, I will, yeah.